Hello, welcome back to episode 56 of Sensory Sense, and this time we have, as the title stated, YSL Y Le Parfum. The 20... Come on now, mouse. 2021 Formulation. Not the new one that came out, I think, just this year. I got this on Friday. I'm just now finally managing to review this, unfortunately, but I got a few days. I've been wearing this every day since I got it, so I can give you a better idea of what to expect from it now that I've been wearing it, regularly. Better than first impressions, if you ask me. However, it hasn't had time to really, mature yet either, so I might revisit some of these scents later on down the road. Some of the ones I've already done, especially. I got a few I kind of want to revisit. But anyhow, let's get into this. I'll show you the bottle first this time. Well, here's the box. Oh, wow, I can smell it through the cap, probably because I spray it in the cap, but here's the bottle. Nice jet black. Crazy. Atomizer. Typical. Let's go over these accords. Let's see. Aromatic, fresh, spicy, fresh, fruity, herbal, lavender, woody, citrus, aldehydic, and amber. And this is commonly loved, or most rated as loved, with a perfume rating of 4.38 out of 5, with 5,025 votes on Fragrantica. This is apparently... Hold on, sorry. I don't mean to invade your personal space. It's just... It looks like votes are actually tied between spring and fall for this one as best time of year. And somehow winter and summer are both second best. Interesting. I've never actually seen something like that before, with no definite first vote like that. Even ones that are like versatile all year round sometimes lean more in one direction. It's crazy. Best at night and second best during day, apparently. Let's go over these scent notes now. So, top notes of apple, aldehydes, grapefruit, ginger, middle notes of lavender, sage, geranium, and base notes of tonka beans, cedar, olibanum, which is frankincense, I believe, and patchouli. And longevity is long-lasting with, I think that was 7 to 12 hours, if I remember correctly. I can't see because I'm not signed in on here. And moderate, which is the sillage. I think it's radiating with an arm's length. I would say both of those are pretty accurate, but I go nose blind to this so fast. Just like with the other one, with the YSL Y Elixir. I go nose blind to it very quickly. This one especially, but it's great. Gender, male, and price value of okay. I believe I paid like $147 for this, maybe, roughly, which really hurt the wallet, but I'm so nearly out of the Y Elixir. I just really wanted something else from the line to keep myself going with it. And I thought this one would be good because the scent notes are actually pretty accurate to Elixir, actually, in comparison. Off the top of my head, it's only got 4 notes, the Elixir, and that is top notes of lavender, middle notes of geranium, and base notes of oud and frankincense. So this is similar with the middle notes of lavender, geranium, base notes of cedar and frankincense. I mean, the cedar is not a good oud replacement, in my opinion. I think many people would agree, but maybe some other people would disagree, depending on how it's done, I guess. Because they have a kind of a similar almost smoky tone to them, I would say. Yeah, something like that. But anyhow, let's get into this. Let me actually review this now. 5 minutes in, sorry. Just got back from karaoke. It was a good time. I did not drink enough. I was very anxious for both songs that I did, and afterwards. Here's the atomizer. Okay, that might be better because there's a painting in the background. It's a pretty wide spray. It's pretty alcohol-y and sweet right off the bat, which is what I didn't like at first about this, to be completely honest with you. The initial sweetness really kind of turned me off at first, but then I kind of wore it more, and it's definitely grown on me significantly. But let's go over these accords first, I suppose. Let me just let this dry down for a little bit. Try to dry it down a little bit at least. But yeah, anyhow, karaoke is pretty cool. I did Tom Waits' Telephone Call from Istanbul, but the live version from the Big Time album / live show movie, something like that. It's basically a collection of his live performances in movie form. Oh, that's very generic, very people-pleasing, very non-unique, but it's still so good. But yeah, I did Tom Waits' Telephone Call from Istanbul, Big Time version, and Ice Cream Man from not the Closing Time album. I forget what the other one's called, but it's a little different. I think it sounds a bit nicer. It's a little slower. Anyhow, it required me to actually sing, which I was not prepared for. Even though I've practiced it, I did not practice it enough. I still fucked it up. I don't like the way I did it. I could have done it better. I've done it better in my car. But anyhow, that's beside the point. Sorry, this is a review. Aromatic, yes. Let's be real here. I don't know what they mean by aromatic, but I would consider really any scent to be aromatic. You know, fresh, spicy. Yeah. When I first smelled this, though, the top notes, it reminded me a lot of Rasasi Hawass or like that Paco Rabanne Invictus type DNA. But also sort of like, what else? There was something else it kind of reminded me of. Oh. I don't remember. I don't recall. But it's probably not important. Anyhow. It's very Hawassy kind of on the top when you first spray it. Fresh, yes. Fruity, yes. Herbal, oh. Dusty, powdery. Even though it's not in there, when you're smelling it like this, it's very like powdery, dusty smelling, feeling in the sinuses. Herbal, yes. Pretty herbal. It's kind of green, but also sweet, which is weird because usually green and sweet is not a. I wouldn't say it's very common per se, although I guess that statement could be contradicted by the Coach Green I have. I guess that would be considered both green and sweet, although the dry down is more so less sweet, more like spicy and shower jelly, sort of. Anyhow, lavender accords. Yes. Woody. Yes. Citrus. Oh, giving myself a fucking headache. I feel it in my right eyebrow. Citrus, yes. Aldehydic. See, this is the one I have an issue with because I don't know what they mean by that. I'm not sure what aldehydes smell like. I'm not sure if that's anything I've ever smelled in my life, to be honest with you. Although I think that was a note that was in Spice Bomb Metallic Musk. So I guess I can kind of go off of what I smelled in that. Try to compare it. Give me 1 second, actually. Let me grab that and spray some in the cap. doing something unconventional. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, I think I understand what they mean by that. It kind of smells like fresh laundry or something like that. Kind of, sort of, in a way, if that makes sense. And yes, that is in here. I wouldn't say it's too prominent, but it's in there. The amber accord, yes. I think that's mostly on part of the geranium sage that creates that accord, if I had to guess. But okay, top notes of apple. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me spray this in the cap. Let me just get a refresh on this because it's becoming more so middle than top right now. Alcohol. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry. I had to respond to a text. I would say the apple is there, yes. It's more so maybe not as. I kind of want to say it's almost like a red apple type of smell, but I also kind of get like a green apple type scent, but that might be due to the grapefruit that's also in the top notes. The ginger is there. It creates kind of a spicy thing. The grapefruit is there as well. Creates a nice citrusy, kind of deeper citrusy note, as grapefruit does. Aldehydes, I guess that's the freshly washed sheets type smell. Yeah, as I said, yes, it is there. But then you have the geranium, sage, and lavender in the middle. Yeah, it's really, really heavy on the sage, actually. And then the geranium kind of creeps through in the back. But you get a lot of geranium actually on the top, which is surprising. But also kind of not so much in the dry down. At least not on here. A little bit, but it's not too much. I'd say it's almost more so of a top note, the geranium, really. The sage is definitely a middle note. The lavender, it is present, but it's not too terribly prominent. It is definitely there, you can pick it up, but it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you smell this at this point. It's mostly the sage. It really is a lot of sage. But then the base notes of let's see, what am I going to go for first here? The first thing that really comes out is the olibanum / frankincense. It is very potent, as it is in the Y elixir, which I believe is what gives both of these their kind of dark, sophisticated kind of scent. Second thing that kind of comes through is the cedar, really. Kind of spicy. It's kind of smoky. It mixes with the frankincense well. The patchouli is there, but it's kind of muted, but for the better, in my opinion. It really kind of gets outshined by the olibanum and cedar, but it kind of goes hand in hand with them and kind of blends in really well. They definitely blended the base notes of this well. The tonka bean, it's if I remember correctly, it's green grassy to sweet tobacco almond type scent. It's definitely leaning towards the green grassy side with this. That is what I'm picking up in here with the frankincense, along with the other things. But there's that Yeah, there's that one scent I couldn't quite describe, and it's definitely the tonka bean. Overall, I would say it's 100% accurate in terms of scent notes and accords. The geranium really kind of gives it an ambery scent, probably with the lavender, maybe. Just kind of how I felt with the elixir. I got kind of an amber note in there, like with Armaf Club de Nuit Urban Man, uh, the special one, not the base one, the flanker. Urban Man elixir, I think. Anyhow, I would say this lasts about. I can smell this for probably about an hour on my skin, but I've gotten people have mentioned it up to probably like 3-4 hours after application that they still smell it. That I fill the room, which is fun. I like that. So it definitely has the good longevity. 8 to 12 hours, I couldn't tell you because again, I go nose blind so quickly. The sillage, I would say, is definitely not necessarily accurate depending on how much you apply. I think it could definitely lean strong, filling like a good chunk of a room if you put enough on. But moderate radiating within arm's length if you're using it normally, like a normal person, yeah, probably. Um, I think I'm going to. This one I definitely need to wear this more to really fully appreciate it, but from what I've gathered from it so far, I do really like this. It is pretty sweet on the top. It's kind of almost cloying if you're in humid heat, but I wear it to work and I'm okay, surprisingly. I would say it'd be better in colder weather, probably. Um, I would say you could wear this to maybe like a date, if it's like a formal type thing or an office meeting or fucking just to wear it, I guess. It's good. I think I will give it a 7.5 out of 10 because it isn't quite exactly what I was expecting with these scent notes. I was expecting kind of more apple in this. I wasn't really too sure what to expect, honestly. I was expecting it to be kind of more similar to the elixir because of this having such similar scent notes and having 3 out of the 4. So I am a little disappointed, but there's kind of like a reference to it in there. Once it dries down, you kind of get a similar vibe. You kind of get the DNA there. You understand it, 7.5 out of 10, though. Yeah. I just kind of wish it was a little different, I guess. How exactly, I can't tell you. Just less sweet, I guess. But it's okay. For what it is, it's great. I don't regret it. It's also discontinued, so I'm happy to have this in my collection. I'm going to try not to use it too much with that knowledge in mind. But if you see this in the store, smell it. Try it. You might like it. It's on eBay. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I got a 3.4 ounce, but you can find a 2.0, I'm sure. Pretty easy. Episode 56, YSL Parfum. It's a good scent. Try it out. Goodbye.